My family's starting to grow. Thank God. Matthew, #1 headband, Afro Samurai. I gave him that title because he was so encouraging during the pandemic. But here we go. Here we go. Spaghetti meat sauce. Got a lot of spice in here. I can turn this fire all the way down. Whoa! Oh man! I ran out. The onions are. I'm have some onions, but you got to put a lot of onions in if they're gonna simmer. I'm going to go ahead and you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put in the spaghetti sauce. What does this say? Ragu. The world they don't pay me, so I'm not going to tell you. Not going to tell you something. But this is bubbling. I'm going to go ahead and dump this in here because it seems like sometimes I wait too long, my onions will actually disappear. Yeah, onions would actually disappeared. And I thank everybody yesterday showing up in the chat room. Oh, I have my iPad here. I think I've seen people doing this in the coffee shops. They would go live, and there goes my recording studio guy. This guy stayed live 24/7. But let me see. I just want to do this so I can see my chat room. See my chat room. Home. Live. It should show live right here. I know I'm live. And I don't have to worry about my muting my microphone because it was the microphone case that was giving me problems. They kept muting. I see live. Sometimes it takes a little while to get to the live one. Let's see, how do you do this? Sometimes I have to turn the computer off and turn it back on again just to get to my live video. View channel. There it is. I figured it out. Okay, let me turn this down because it's looping. Okay. Let's get busy. Now I can see if anybody in chat. I'm gonna give myself a thumbs up. Give myself a chat room. Let's see, how does this work? Turn sideways. I'm going to do my legendary spaghetti and meat sauce. Okay, I gave one chat room. It doesn't want to give me a thumbs up. I think that's okay. I figured out when I turn on the computer. But legendary spaghetti and meat sauce. I want to let this spaghetti sauce simmer. Put the onions in there and a bunch of spices, lemon and mint. I'm gonna put both of these in here because I'm gonna be eating this spaghetti for a little bit. But like I said, I thank everybody for coming in the chat room yesterday. Matthew was there. He got to meet the #2 headband. If you ever saw that movie, it's a cartoon by the Wu-Tang Clan, the guy, Rizzo, Sensei, the Abbot. He was the Abbot. He asked I read that in the magazine when I was going to Omega Recording School. Him and Redman was sitting in front of the NPC, and it was on the front of a magazine, keyboard magazine, I think. And he said, if those people would give them 5 years of their life, he'd take them to the top. Sure enough, he took Wu-Tang Wu-Tang Clan went to the top of the hip hop chops. Chops. Oh, I do. Oh, ah. What I do, I boil my water. Then I put it in a pickle jar and I put it in the window where my plant got my flower pot broke. And then I boil it, put it in the window, let the UV rays, and then I run it through the filter. I run it through the filter down here. Up under here, I have a filter up under mine. And then I run it through the main filter. I run it through a couple of filters, 2 filters. I did remember that I did have a piece of red bell pepper. I had some red bell pepper to help. This is not going to be, oh, I have garlic too. Red bell pepper. I need to sharpen my knife. Bell pepper kind of makes a mess on the cutting board because of the moisture and the color. I'll cut this up with my knife. My scissors. I was taught a long time ago that in the kitchen you should have a pair of scissors just for food. And of course, I told you I'm not going to be doing a lot of talking because I need to be practicing my Morgan Freeman's from the diaphragm, not from the throat. Oh, there was my water boiled. So I boil my water first. Boil the water first. Then I let it set right back there until it cools, and I run it. Then I put it in the pickle jar, put it in the window. Then it comes back from the UV rays. Then I run it through the first filter. Run through this first filter. Let it set under there. Then I run it through my filter that you just saw me put in the ice box. Every time I say ice box, I think of my father having a fit when I used to say ice box. Because I'm old enough to remember the Iceman coming through the alleys. Iceman had a big old truck with a big old piece of ice on it. And we used to, you could make frozen, what do you call them things? Slushies? I think slushy might have been a new name. But you take the ice, you need an ice machine so you can grind up the ice. That goes on me, go out there, vacuuming. Okay, we're going to take this. All right, I already told you I didn't roast no garlic. You should roast your garlic before you do your tomato spaghetti meat sauce. I said, I'm going to go ahead and put. I have 2 thumbs up already. Red Cordon Studio. Man, you stay live. You never turn your YouTube off. This guy stays live. Yeah, man. I see you. I see Melodify. Been coming checking you out. That's my number 2 fan, Melodify. Yeah, I'm not always live. Well, every time. Well, if you're not live. Oh, it looks like it. He says he's not always live. But I said once I got 500 subscribers on my phone, I said I was going to stay live on my phone. My nephew used to leave his camera on while he was cutting the grass and anything. I need to do some garlic. Did you hear about my broken flower pot by the window? I think I'm going to write a song. That guy that plays the piano, he reads the chats and sings to it. And somebody, he didn't know that he had the members thing set up. I need to set up my thing for members. and somebody signed up to be a member, and he didn't even know that it was turned on. So he said he was going to write a song. The guy was can. So he wrote a song about the can. It was pretty. This guy is a pretty good musician, man. That piano player, I pasted it and put it on there. But he wrote a song about it. I know another friend of mine would send a text, and the text was so heavy. I said, man, that's a song. And right when I was saying that, a guy in his band read the same text. Within 15 minutes, he turned it into a song and sent it to him. Right when I said it, he said, it's funny you say that, because a guy in my band said the same thing, and he wrote a song, and he downloaded and let me listen to it. It was less than, I know it was less than 15 minutes, less than a half an hour for sure. But I like to be able to get a song together. You know, some songs take years to write. Some take months. You know, everybody's on a computer on YouTube making beats. But they said a 4-minute challenge. 4 sounds, 4 minutes, something. It was 444. We put this in. I saved my jars. And let me keep my iPad next to me. Live from 6. He says he's only live from 6 to 7. I always use the live back in the link. Yeah. He say live from 6 to 7, but I thought he was always live. He says he's not. I thought it was boogers, but it's not. I save all my jars. I don't throw away no jars. I put them in the dishwasher, and then I use it to put my tea in. I make tea. I think I'm gonna make some coffee today. I'm gonna try something off the schedule. I might go to the scrap yard today. I'm running out of funds. I haven't been playing in the subway. For years, I was a street performer for 40 years. And I played on the street in the subway for 40 years when I first learned how to play the flute. Then I got a keyboard. Actually, I got my keyboard from Walmart. A little small keyboard just to practice my scales, right? And then I got a $500 Yamaha keyboard. It wasn't even multi-timbre. I didn't know what multi-timbre was until I tried to make a song, and everything came back piano. And actually, the saxophone player, Murray, from the Soul Searchers, if you heard of Chuck Brown and the Soul Searchers, he married my sister, and I called him whenever I had a music problem. He said it has to be multi-timbre. I didn't know what a portameter was, neither. I thought, I didn't know what a perimeter. I called a portameter perimeter. And he laughed at that, thought that was funny. But I saved my jars, put them in the dishwasher. But I think I might write a song about the flower pot, broken flower pot. Just because I'm challenging myself. I told you that piano player guy. I really like what he's doing. And they said the highest compliment is imitation. It's when you imitate somebody, that's the highest compliment. I remember this guy used to steal my style when I lived downtown on the street. I played the flute. I bought a Chinese hat. Actually, I found out it was the hat originated in Africa. and I was playing, a guy gave me a pan flute from Australia, and I was wearing this Chinese outfit. Matter of fact, I saw a guy from one of my friends who was in Vietnam. He said, man, you gave me a flashback. I thought I was back in Vietnam, coming out with them pajamas. Anyway, I saw this guy walking down by, we used to hang out in front of the library. I saw this guy, he was dressed just like me, and walking down the street with a pan flute in his hand. And when he saw me, he was embarrassed. He said, because he knew he had emulated what I was doing. But it was a compliment. And what I do, I take these here, I take the inside of the bell pepper, and I put it down the bottom of a flower pot. It takes forever to grow. It takes, matter of fact, here's some something sprouting up inside here. Something sprouting up inside my fig tree. Oh, I told you I had my oh, these plants are doing bad. The herbs. But I have some weed plants. Somebody was smoking weed outside and they threw the roaches down. Anyway, what I do, I take the bell pepper. See, something sprouting up here. I take the bell pepper and just stick it down all the way down in the bottom of the dirt. And just let it survive. Water it. But I need to get to my flower pot. I broke my flower pot over in the corner. I don't want to write a song about it. I'm going to come over here by the window. And, you know, I'm going to stop talking so much because I'm not talking from the diaphragm. I'm talking from my neck. And I'm wearing myself out. Feel like I'm blowing up feels like I'm blowing up a balloon. You know how you blow up a balloon and get dizzy? That's what it feels like I'm doing. Anyway. Spaghetti meat sauce. Anybody here? 3 people here. I only see 1 in the chat room though. We're doing spaghetti meat sauce. Thought I'd go live. I seen people had their iPad so they can see who's live, who's there. 3 people. What's that? 3 thumbs up. Whoa. 3 thumbs up. I'm rolling. I'm going to let this simmer. I'm going to turn the fire down low and just let that simmer before I put the meat in. And I boil my water. I told you I boil my water. And then I put it in the window and then I filter it. Some garlic. I love some garlic. I'm gonna put a big, this is elephant garlic. Elephant clove. Look how big that clove is. Somebody, I think they told me the easiest way to do this is to, ouch. I think you should leave the skin. I think you should leave the skin on a garlic. Did you know you're not supposed to wash a potato when you first get it? You're supposed to leave the dirt on it until you're ready to use it. It keeps it fresher. Bet you didn't know that. Ooh. Clean the bottom of the icebox. Ugh. Cleaning the bottom of the icebox. I told somebody, if you wanted to move to if you live in an apartment and you want to move to another apartment, you want to move out, you gotta move your icebox and clean up under the icebox. If you can. If you can move the stove, clean behind that. And clean all the corners, the baseboards, and go through all your junk. That way, you'll be ready. Because if you move, you got to move all that stuff anyway. You should know what you have. Then you got to go through. Usually when people move, they end up throwing away a bunch of stuff. So you need to know, am I still hollering. Y'all gonna be the fly on the wall, okay? Cause I can't be talking. It makes a better video too when you're not talking. Just a little talk. Garlic. Here's how you do. You take a garlic and you put it on a knife and you hit it. Oh, this is a big old elephant garlic. Smash it and it'll come out of the skin. I need to get a garlic blender. You know what? I'm gonna put this in the blender. Meanwhile, I'm doing a lot of stuff here. Cleaning the ice box. Let me put this thing, legs. Let me get my iPad over here so in case somebody sneak in the chat room. And 3 thumbs up, man. Sweet potatoes. I need to cook these before they go bad. I need to get some sponges. My mother used to do all her house cleaning with a rag, and we wash the dishes. We called it a dish rag. Dishcloth was for drying. Dish rag was something you wash the dishes with. Because I remember one time I mentioned to her, as we started growing up, we started using sponges. Oh, she was offended by that. She said, yeah, Mama, you know, it's when you use a sponge, it's less germs. She was offended by that, you know, because she had been using a dishcloth for so many years. I shouldn't have said that. I remember one time my mother was taking guitar lessons. And I said something that I regretted for my whole life. I said, Mama, you can't play no guitar. And she didn't say anything. About 6 months later, she called me in the room and said, Carlton, come here a minute. And when I came in there, she was sitting down with a guitar and she played green sleeves. Real simple. And she said, now, see, I said, oh, that's good. She said, and then she reminded me what I said. She said, you said that I couldn't play, that I wasn't going to be able to play. And I said, I didn't say that. I denied it like Jesus, like Peter. I denied it. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. I was embarrassed. I remember one time too, my mother sang, she was practicing this song for church. She practiced a long time. I told Jesus it'd be all right if he changed my name. And she sang in church and everybody was saying, man, I didn't know your mother could sing. And I said, I didn't know that. Well, I didn't say that, but I'm not going to say what I said. But I don't believe I said that too. I was just young. I was spoiled. Young, spoiled kid. Saying things without thinking about people's feelings. You know? I know some other people that when they see people they blurt out. There's a guy named Tony the real tall guy does a motivational speaking. And he said he wrote a book on blurting out. He said some people have a problem. They don't think about what they're going to say before they say it. Something happens, they just blurt out. And I'm still talking from there. Morgan Freeman voice, talking from my throat. Yeah, I gotta buy a sponge, man. I'm on a shoestring budget. I told you the story. My mother always used a rag, and when we told her about sponges after we grew up, she said she always, if you can rinse it out, you just have to rinse it out and let it dry. I don't have no sponge. I'm on a shoestring budget, man. All of my money was going to for 6 years. I wouldn't buy anything but musical equipment, and because I was in a fire, and I everything was gone. Except for all I had was my car. I had a keyboard and the clothes on my back. I did have a couple of amplifiers I left over at my sister's house, but I had to start from scratch when I moved in this apartment. God replaced what the locust has eaten. I'm going to put this garlic in the blender here, because I don't feel like chopping it up. A little bit of water. I'm going to make some coffee too. I haven't drank coffee during the daytime in a long time. I got these for, there's a food lady I know. I saw, these were like downstairs. She does food, she cooks. So I got these for her. They were downstairs, so I'm going to get those to her Tuesday. She wants me to come and check out a food pantry Tuesday. Here's one. Make some coffee. Garlic. Yeah, sponges. Sponges on my budget right now are a luxury. Garlic, all chopped up. Looks like kind of milky. I'll put this in the spaghetti meat, so I'll put the meat in last. I know that's gonna be smelling up the hallway outside. Yeah, sponge, man, that's a luxury item. Sponge for rich folks. Where are you? My glasses all fogged up. Yeah, I'm gonna let this simmer here. And get over, I want to, let me see. I promised I was going to go back and do a little bit on that with Logic Pro X. I promised I was going to do that. But I'm going here and tighten up the Logic Pro X like I said. I want to start sticking to my word. When I say I'm going to do something, I want to stick with it, right? But let me show you this flower pot. I'm using my light for... I'm using my light for a plant light for my hydroponics, my little bit of plants over here. Here's another. What's this plant doing here? Bamboo. I think I'm gonna take these bamboo plants out and put them in a little small flower pot so I can decorate my desk with it. I need some small flower pots. I had a bunch of them I got from the Dollar Tree. But that's a little bit of cannabis plant right there, man. Somebody was outside smoking and they must have dropped their joint and it sprung up. That's the best looking one right there. And here's one right here. Real teeny. A guy was telling me I need to make a, this one ain't doing too. What happened? It cut off. It cut off like I could take my pump cut off. I got it. It's so quiet. It's so quiet I couldn't tell. My pump cut off. Oh, I turned it off. Duh. Can't be turning it off. Whoop. Accidentally turned the pump off. One of my plants started drooping too. It's not shooting out. The water not shooting out. Should be shooting out. What? Can't be turning this on. I need to plug this directly into the wall. Okay. I need to get some more hose from the hardware store. Yeah, that's shooting out good now. There. It's just a drip, but you see this plant started dying quickly. Quickness started dying quickly because it wasn't getting water. But I still had two good ones left. That's going to get water good. I need to take my herbs out of here, and I'm just gonna cut the dead leaves off of them as they start to die. These herbs, all of these look like they're getting ready to grow. And like I said, this is a little teeny. Smell like dirtweed. I might put it in my thing tonight with the vape. But let me show you my plant. Probably need to write a song. The stove. Oh yeah, man. I love the stove too. I was getting ready to move into a place that had the old-fashioned stove. The same day that I got this apartment, I used chamois to wipe it down with. But there's my my flower pot back here. Gonna write a song about the flower pot, broken flower pot. What? There. That guy impressed me when he wrote a song about one of his subscribers, his first member. And he wrote a song. So I'm gonna write a song about this broken flower pot. But I'm going to go into the bedroom studio and start where I was yesterday. And then we'll come back out here. I'm going to start where I was yesterday with the Logic. I'm going to start where I was yesterday with the Logic Pro X. I want to shut this window too. I don't want none of the heat. It's supposed to be up in the hotter than usual today, up in the like 93 or something like that. So I want to see if I can keep all of the cool air in here. Keep it cool air in here. I might turn the air conditioner on for a minute. I only run my air conditioner for like 5 minutes. I think I run it maybe 10 minutes at the longest. And I turn it off. I don't never have to run it. People, because I have cardboard on my windows. I put cardboard on my windows, and it's all, put the blanket and sheet and cardboard on that window. That's the only sun that's sticking through right there. It's cardboard on that window over there. But got to have some UV rays coming in, right? But let's get in the bedroom studio and see how much we can get done from yesterday's Logic Pro X, right? And then I'm gonna come out here and plug in, go by the window, the Phantom, see how the Phantom works with Logic Pro X. I have to unplug the computer every time I wanna do something. And yesterday, you know, I had you remember we blew up this mattress is real big. I need to get married with this mattress. Have enough room in there for me and a new bride to be. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna set y'all right here so y'all can see me. You know what? Wait a minute. Before we do this, I might want to swap screens. Because this giant, humongous screen that I have now, this screen that I have now would be a perfect downtime screen because it's high definition. And I can take this one in the bedroom. But I need to put a platform down here because that thing is heavy. I don't want it to pull this thing over. Let's look and see what we have. Stomach growling. Let me hurry up and get in here and start doing my smoothie. In pain today, my left shoulder. Oh yeah. So is it rotated disc? And my knee so far. Yeah, man. Do you get out and do walking? I just started the exercise program myself. A couple of weeks ago, I do a little bit. And there's a gym downstairs. I walk around a block. When I'm walking, I walk fast. You know, when I'm walking, I don't walk regular. I try to power walk. Monster drink? Man, I don't drink that. I got a whole case of that. What are you talking about? Are you talking about the Monster? Here, I got a whole case of that up here. It's a nice looking. I like the Monster water. You talking about this? This is too much for me. I haven't even opened it. There was a couple of balls I drank, but it was too much. It was too much like caffeine. It was too much like caffeine. Oh, shit, I don't have no way to boil my coffee. my pot. Well, let me take it out of the dishwasher. Cut to zero monster. Yeah, yeah. Is this it? Yeah, zero ultimate. This says zero ultra. That stuff, man, I can't handle it, man. I cannot handle it. I'm gonna make some coffee today, though. I gotta get in here and start drinking my smoothie before I start losing my energy level. I might want to drink this today. Usually I let it set. Coffee. And I had some weed in here for the last, it's been at least 6 months old. And it still works. You take your weed, you put it in the coffee pot, and you take a little bit of butter. Salt-free butter or any kind of fat. Any kind of fat. Just a little piece of it in there to activate the cannabis. I get my filtered water. I can smell the coffee without even cooking it. Okay. Man, if you lived around here, I would give you this this whole thing here. Somebody told me it was steroids in a can. Too much for me though. Yeah, icebox all clean. Yeah, sponge is a luxury item, man. I might cook some sweet potatoes. If I had some aluminum foil. Oh! Those cans are like decoration. Let me get my water. I'm gonna get some apple cider water. I like apple cider water, and I'll put a little honey in it. Apple cider vinegar. This Dick Gregory used to use this. Put a little bit of apple cider vinegar. I need to get some lemon juice too. I don't have any lemon juice in the house. I put this in my I cook with this. Soy sauce. Pour a little bit in my meat sauce. That was a lot actually. A little bit of honey. We ready to get into the studio and I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna get out all my camera set up. A little bit of honey. Some water. Filtered 3 times. And let's get in the studio. Hold on. Let's get in here. I'm gonna keep the fire down low. Turn this light off in here. Oh, yeah, the guy was telling me I should build a little house for my my hydroponics. He said it should be a little it should be wrapped around so they can keep the moisture in. I think that's what it's reason. But I need to figure out. I should ask my nephew. Did he throw away all his? He was growing. He was attempting to grow some cannabis. He told me not to tell his mother. He said, "Don't tell my mama." Let me get my just energy, no muscles or anything. Yeah. But you know, I found out when you do something and your muscles feel sore, that's when you're supposed to keep exercising. You're supposed to keep going because that your muscles are getting stronger. It's a breakdown process. When I was in the Army and the Navy, first they break you down, you get all sore, and then they build you back up. They build you up. Oh, I forgot what I was going to do. I was going to pull down my my screen. I'm going to see if I can swap my screen out. I was going to see if I can swap my downtime screen. I was going to swap my downtime screen for the big, humongous one in the studio. Monster. I'm thinking about getting some protein, a protein powder. Let's see. I have a light way over there. Oh, I just got new lights, man. Got a lamp on both sides of my bed now. So you can see that pretty good. Oh, that's a glare. That's the wrong. I see why they have to use the proper kind of lights. Because that, it makes glare. Now this should come off of here. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Oh, but I think the other one might be too heavy. If I bring the other one in here, I'm going to have to put a platform down here. What's that? Oh, that's the bank. I owe the bank too much information on. Show you what I did. Let me show you something. Let me show you. Now the other screen is much bigger than this one and it's heavy. So what I need to do is I need to go down in the loading dock. I need a big piece of wood. I need a piece of wood that's going to fit up under here. I need to extend this table. Whoop. You guys been drinking? Somebody came in my chat room and his name was that guy's drunk. That guy is drunk. His name is that guy is drunk. So I need to make a I need to build a platform down here for the other because I know that I wonder if this is heavy enough to this one you know I need to tie wrap this too because if I put that other keyboard on there, this is just up here. I need to tie this down. I need to tie wrap this down before I put that heavy keyboard on here. Because it's flipping up like here. When I first got this had a television stand. It was so big I didn't think I was going to need it. I mean, it was big. It stuck out. I threw that away. I didn't think I was going to need it. I think it'll go on here. I just need to make a platform, extend the platform down here. I want to swap. Let me get my Allen wrenches. Should have them. They should be everywhere. I have the Allen wrench is everywhere sometimes. Need a big Allen wrench. No. Yeah, I'm gonna swap out the this Allen wrench is too small. Oh, this is it. It just didn't look like it. No, that's too big. Oh, I have mismatched screws. This one I had mismatched Allen wrenches. Go get a bigger. I keep all my Allen wrenches in the same place. It took me forever. I had to go through my I had to clean my junk drawers out. I had a whole bunch of junk drawers. And it took a while to get all the junk drawers organized. Now everything is practically organized. I should have some Allen wrenches in here. I think this one's bigger. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna swap out that screen. That thing is, and the definition on that screen is a lot better than this one. If I want to watch a movie, I'd rather watch a movie in high definition than doing digital software. This one's too big. Wonder where all my I know I kept everything organized, so it should be right. I should be able to put my hand on it in a couple of minutes. Should be able to put my hand on it. It's not in here. Should be right behind the screen. I didn't put my Allen wrenches back. I didn't put them in a proper place. I hate that. I always make sure when I'm doing something. Oh, here they are. There's a snake. I was doing something over there in that corner, and that's why they weren't where. Need to find a permanent spot. I keep moving them around. Okay. I don't think they're all in here neither. Yeah, here it is. Lefty Lucy. This one is light as a feather. This is not heavy at all. The other one is the heavy. So I'm gonna have to build a landing down there on that table so that because of the weight, you know, this one don't weigh nothing. The other one's gonna take even a minute just to move it. This one I can carry with one hand. Actually, I can lift it with one. Let's see if I can. I almost lift it with one hand. I hope I don't burn myself out. That's right. I'm supposed to. Well, I want to swap this monitor out here before I get started. Oh. I like that arterial keyboard, man. With my iPad. I like that arterial recording studio. Welcome. Need to smoke quick. Yeah. Logic. Yeah, man. I should have went over there. The food lady had some tree. I would have had to catch a subway yesterday to her house. But I just wanted to get back in the studio yesterday. Got a lot done yesterday. Okay, let's move this humongous computer. I think I can just slide it down. And I'm not going to use a headshot. I'm going to switch this camera with the overhead so I can see the phantom, and I might take it out there. This thing is... I'm not going to be able to lift this up with one hand. All my cables down here. Going to paint the wall. Paint my walls. Paint over the... I'm going to paint over the pinholes, the nail holes in the wall. Boy, if I want to go to the, I don't think I'm going to go to the scrap yard tonight. I got enough beer tonight. Oh. I've broken a lot of these screens in the past. Oh, and my back brace on, so this thing is big. It's not that heavy. Does this plug come out? I think this plug may be made into the keyboard. Yeah. I think this plug is made into it. Don't want to come out that easy. I'm just gonna leave it in there. What's that noise? Now these are different size screws. Take care of that later. Let's get everything set up in here for us so we can check out Logic Pro X. This screen should be a lot easier to put in. It should fit a lot better. It's a lot smaller. I don't have a stand. I wonder if I threw away the legs. I don't think I have the legs for this. I was throwing away stuff to make everything nice and neat. Those legs I should have kept, but I was keeping too much stuff. You guys facing the wrong way. I was keeping too much stuff. I had too much stuff, so I started throwing away my junk drawers. If I had saved it, it would be. No, I'm pretty sure I threw it away. The legs for that. It would be in this box if I did save it. Nope. I just gotta balance it. Let me see. Do I have a There is a monitor holder. It's a little monitor holder for my second monitor here. Well, I just gotta balance it. I might put this towel back here so it won't be slipping, sliding. Let me get that plug out there. It's here. Yeah, man. Yeah, engineers and musicians, especially if you work out of your house, we do more. It's like the army. We do more in one. We do more from 7 o'clock to noon than most people do in a whole day. I just came out here to get the plug. Here it is. Now I'm going to drink some coffee today. I want to switch up my routine instead of doing the same thing all the time. I know one thing, I need to get in here and sit down and start working on this logic so I can be sitting down and burning less energy. Once I get this monitor set up, then I can sit down and get into my Logic Pro X. Oh, the morning. He do the morning. Yeah, it's good to have something in your system. I need to start doing that. I need to start medicating. I used to medicate when I was half my years ago. First thing in the morning, first thing we would eat, get something to eat. Actually, we would get stoned before you even ate anything. That's an old saying, stoned again. I said, this one don't weigh nothing. I don't have to worry about pulling no muscles with this one. I don't have anything to hold it up. I just got to brace it. Here's what I'm looking for. HDMI. Goes on the other side though. I'm gonna stick it right in this corner, the same place the other one was. Oh, this one fits a lot better. Fitting. I can lift it up just a little. Let's start everything up here. Have 2 power strips in here. I keep everything on power strips so when I'm not using it, I unplug them. I turn them off. Save on electricity. All right, here we go. Boot it up. Now I can sit down. Hold on, let me put my I don't have a mixer in here. Some glue on there. Okay, starting up. Booting up. Okay, let me sit down here and get some. Where's my smoothie? My smoothie and my glass of water. Apple cider vinegar water. That yesterday, what's the name, was afraid I was gonna knock my water over. When I looked at the video, I saw what he was talking about. Look, I need to get a somebody discarded this yesterday. I just need to get the power plug. I think it says a lithium battery already in it. I'm gonna order the plug. Okay. Did I just turn that off? I forgot to turn that off. Oh, it's on. Oh, I have no keyboard in here. I'm gonna make sure I put my Allen wrenches in the same place so I don't have to run around looking for them. Clean. I'm gonna have my desk empty. I don't want anything on the desk. I might leave my father's horns on the desk. Let me see. Keep my iPad here in case anybody sneak in. Cooking Malosified. Number 2 headband. Cooking but watching. Yeah, I'm cooking. I didn't show you my I'm cooking some spaghetti meat sauce. Let me go show you. I just got in here. I took that big monitor out and put it in the living in Studio B, or my downtime. Let me show you what I'm cooking. The Lodgify just got here. Man, I had a big family yesterday in the chat room, huh? You got to meet Matthew. I'm doing meat sauce. I boil my water, and then I put it in the window, and then I run it through a filter. I didn't put the meat in yet. Onions, red bell pepper. Got a bunch of spices here. Dried, these are fresh spices too. Dried fresh spices. So I don't have a lot of bell pepper. Smelling good. I'm gonna let it cook slow and I'll put the meat in later. I'm gonna make some coffee. I have my cannabis coffee. Some coffee and some cannabis in there with a little butter. I might drink some coffee. I want to change my routine. I don't think I'm going to go to the scrapyard today. My phone cut off. Oh, I'm looking at the back of the phone, asking if the phone had cut off. Let me get situated here so I can conserve my energy. Right. But man, I had a big family in the studio in the chat room yesterday, man. Making coffee. Yeah, I don't drink coffee. I stopped drinking coffee for years because actually, I stopped drinking coffee for years because I was getting high off everything. When I was young, I got high off everything. Cough syrup, anything I get my hands on. Sugar, white sugar. I used to get high off of white sugar. I didn't know you could get addicted to it. Making coffee as well until the food is done. What you had for breakfast? I had my cold coffee. When I was in the Army, in the Navy, they would wake you up like 4 o'clock in the morning. You had to work in the mess hall for 30 days, I think, or 90 days or something. In the military, when you got out of boot camp, you did 90 days. Service week, they called it. Anyway, they woke us up so early and we had to stay up late at night. What I would do, I would put cold water in my coffee to cool it off, take it down. And I would drink like about 8 of those. Then the whole world was vibrating. But I was up. Yeah, sugar. I don't even do brown sugar anymore. Because it takes you up, and when it brings you down, you feel like crap, you know? I have to watch what I use for, because I was telling Studio about that Monster drink, you know, the energy drink like the Red Bull. I'm not able to use that either. I had some bad experiences with that. Anyway, let's go ahead and hook this monitor up and see if we can get started where we was yesterday. Had a big old family yesterday, man. You got to meet Matthew. Yeah, Matthew was around. He was encouraging me during the pandemic. Him and a few other people from Facebook. Right? Thought I plugged this in. Whoa, stuff moving in there. Stuff moving around in the living room. Come on now. Oh, there it is. Get my 3 screens plugged back in. Only 2 screens, only one on. Oh, that's a hybrid. That's the one in the middle. And this one is supposed to be on, I think, one of them. HDMI 1. It must be HDMI 2. Let me make sure everything is there. There's the other, my other screen now. I get to get the new one up. Oh, it probably wasn't all the way plugged in. Sometimes I unplug one and it turns the other one on. Smart TV, not so smart. This one I have a remote for. Let me get the remote. Oh, that was my spaghetti spoon fell off. The coffee's boiling with the cannabis. Okay, here's the remote control. I had a remote control for this. Now I can go make sure it's on the HDMI setting. Settings. It's not letting me. Okay, here we are. I'm just going to plug in one at a time. One screen at a time. This screen over here is the reason why the other screens are acting up. There. Come on now. Come on, don't be acting up on me. Oh, shoot. Come on now. I'm about to put in a different HDMI plug. Is it because it's halfway in? Keeps cutting off. Where's the plug for this? The buttons, I mean. Let me see. Source. And it keeps doing the same thing. I must put it in a different plug. Oh, it must not have been all the way plugged in. Reason why I was cutting off and on. I don't know. But it seemed to have stopped now. Oh. Yeah, it stopped. I'm not gonna worry about the middle screen right now. I want to get the two big screens up. Okay, here we are. Choose extension. I had success with this. Okay. Turn all of the guitars. Tune in all the guitars. You know, I taught my brother went 40 years, 50 years, with over 40 years without playing his bass. He was making watches. He was buying watch parts. He would buy like $300 worth of watch parts, and then he would put them together and sell them. He did that for like maybe 20 years in Hawaii. And he was into that and writing his poems. And he was away from his music. I talked him into going to the music store, buying a bass. After 40 years, he went to the music store, picked up a bass. He was, years ago in high school, we played, I don't know if you heard of Stanley Clark or Marcus Miller. Like how they play like, or Weather Report. There's a guy plays like, but he hates slapping. You know, bass players slap. He hate that because it's been so overdone. Anyway, he went to the music store, got one bass, 2, 3, 4 basses, 5, 6, 7, 8. He ended up with he think he has like 22 basses now. But he's like a year older than me. And he just plays for himself. But now he says he think he's ready to go out and play. He just lost his wife, just passed away from cancer. He lives in Hawaii, on the side of a mountain. And he been away from technology so long that he got a bass with, I think his bass amp has an EQ on it and a compressor on it. He doesn't use pedals. He just switched basses. When he want a different sound, he just plays another bass. Or just, and from him taking apart watches, he could take his tools and take the bass and lower the strings and raise the strings. You know, usually if you get it, what he does with his bass, it costs at least $200-300 for to tune the bass and have the pickups and everything lifted perfectly. Since he was a watchmaker, it came a little bit easy to him. Anyway, he's got like over 20 basses, man. He just does for its own enjoyment. Yeah, I have a guitar and I think a ukulele, or it's a little teeny guitar, but the necks broke on them. You know when you're not playing good guitar, if you're going to let it set in the corner, you're supposed to loosen the strings up. You know that. Because it will break the neck. You know that, right? Years ago, I used to attempt to eat, you're supposed to eat, I think, 5 different types of fruit a day. And you're only supposed to eat sweets once every 4 days. You're not supposed to eat sweets regularly because all that sugar. But I used to attempt to eat as many different types of fruit that I could. The Jamaicans call it broom. when you're sweeping. But now I just do a smoothie. And I'm going to drink this smoothie too. I'm not going to let it sit here. Well, let's get started. Let me see if I can get the third monitor up and running. I like my 3 monitors. Third monitor. Come on now. I don't see it connect. HDMI, or it must have slipped out. No, it's in. I think it's going to, there it is. All 3 monitors up and running. Thank you, Jesus. Got to rearrange them. Let me see if I can set comfortable up in here. My middle C key. My hand falls. I can move this. No, this don't move anymore. I'm tight in here. Let me see. Move this back a little bit. I gotta move this table back. It don't want to go. Okay. Okay. Trying to get as comfortable as possible. I like the green apples. Man. Green apples was a luxury in my neighborhood. Since I have dentures. I had all my teeth taken out. Since I had my teeth taken out, I don't tell everybody this. I miss mixed nuts. I used to get a big jar of mixed nuts with the big ones and the almonds and the big ones. Man, I used to get full off of mixed nuts. I couldn't even eat. But now I have my dentures. Oh, I'm thinking about getting implants. I can get my Medicaid to pay for that, I think. But anyway, let's get everything set up here and then get all these cameras set up. Oh, that's what goes over here. And on add the K. What is that? Add the K. On AD, add the said. Edacid, is that a pill? Medication? I stopped taking my medicine. I got sick. And they said I had to take this medicine for the rest of my life, and it was making me feel so bad. I stopped taking it once a month. First, I started taking it once. I would skip every 3 days. Then I would stop taking it once a week. Then I'd take it every 2 weeks. And after that, I'd take it whenever I remembered, once a month. Years later, I stopped taking the medicine completely. I need to go to the VA and get a blood test. But I didn't get any of the shots. And I tell you, I only got sick 3 times since the pandemic. And it was just colds. Sweat colds, Bad. Yeah, medicine. Anyway, I want to see if I can let's get everything set up here. I usually have my, let me set my windows up. Yeah, I feel good with this little monitor in here. If I can get that big monitor up in the living room, in my downtime room. Logic. Let me check native SS too. Oh, I have to go in here and I got to go to Roland's site and download the drivers again for this keyboard. It's not communicating. I'm feeling comfortable in here. Like yesterday, I had to come back yesterday and pull up that Logic because I had such a bad time getting it up and running. I want Logic over here on this screen. I suffer from anxiety where I'm always like anxiousness, anxiety. That's why I'm saying I think it'll be good for me to medicate during the daytime. Because when I get up in the morning, I come in here in the studio and I'm doing stuff between now and 1 o'clock. By the time 1 o'clock comes, I'm no energy. I'm burned out. So I'm thinking I need to. I love the effects of the medicine. People call it weed, but that's the propaganda name. Cannabis is a proper name for it. And I think if I have it, I need to get a daytime can. You told me which one to get, but I need to go on the subway and make some funds first. But I'm going to take this camera down because it didn't want to communicate anyway. This one wasn't working. I had 2 cables on it. This is working. It just has a short in the cord. I bought 3 of these for $100. And this is the last one that's working. Put everything on that shelf there. Well, here's, I'm going to put my mixer. Let me see. If with Logic, if I hit the number keys up the top, it'll rearrange. It has window configurations. So let's see what we have. Are these up here? Okay, there's one. Oh, that's almost like how I had it yesterday. 3. Oh, those are. Okay. Anyway, it changes the window configurations. I was hitting the wrong number keys. Okay, that's 2. Wait a minute. 3. I want to rearrange this one. Let this fill up this window. And my mixer. I don't know where it is. I can just open it. Mix. Window. Open mix. Okay, I'm going to drag this one over to this screen. I'm going to resize the screens later on. And the middle screen would be for my plugins. It's looking good already in here. What's that? You talking about Advid? Medicine care. Yeah, I need to, like I'm saying, we used to, when we woke up, we smoked a joint as soon as we woke up. Or we would get, as soon as we ate our breakfast and got situated after we were out of school in the summertime, we had a guy's house we used to go over. He lived in the woods. Everybody went over there to. This guy had albums, everything from Pink Floyd to Genesis, Yes, rock and roll, Woodstock, Jimi Hendrix. He had a whole long thing of albums, and he would DJ for us, you know. And we would puff pass. It was so. It was a bunch of military brats coming over his house. I lived up the street from Bowling Field Air Force Base. You know, when I was small, I think I was about 16 or 17. Before that stealth jet came out, we used to see it. They used to fly it around 5 o'clock every day. We thought it was a flying saucer. And then we figured it out because it was shaped like a triangle. And we could only see the 3 lights. Sometimes I also have just companions to toke before breakfast. Yeah, if I'm too hungry, I eat them. Yeah, man, it's medicine. I wish I knew. I knew I was smoking weed. I knew it when I was young. Every time I smoked weed, I felt better. But I didn't know. I didn't do it under the right conditions. I didn't know with certain types of weed. One brings you up, one brings you down. One helps you concentrate. You know, different types. But now, anyway, woulda, coulda, shoulda. We here now. It's not what happened to you. It's how you respond to it. So we starting here today. Let me get these cameras set up. Let me check names for instruments first. Upgrades. It's not enough room on my hard drive. That's just a bass. It's the Abbey Road drums not installed. I don't even know what this is. I did use this the other day. Driftline. I think I used that. And it's a piano, an old piano, or an old bass, and session strings. I do want to have the session strings in there. Preference. I'm going to change around the hard drives. Anyway, let me get oh, session strings just went in, I think. I don't have Alicia Keys. George Duke, I don't use that. I don't have enough room. Contact 8 player, I got to get that. It's a bass. Analog Dreams, oh, it's not enough room. Analog Dreams, not enough room. Let me set everything up so y'all can see Alicia Keys, not enough room. Contact 8 is going in, that's all I need. Let me get my stream set up so y'all can see what I'm doing. I need to go to Roland's site. What's this? Oh, this is camera right here, I think. I need to go to Roland's website and download the drivers for this keyboard so it can communicate with Logic. I'm getting all jittery now, see. Anxious. Don't want to take my time doing stuff. I'm going to sign off. I can't believe it's legal here in Washington, D.C. You know, they kept a lot of stuff hidden from us in history. Now, they kept a lot of stuff hidden. Because they used to have weed shops. They changed the name. I think they hid some of the weed shops and they called them coffee shops. That's where all your political stuff come. Your political discussions. My battery can go dead. So yeah, they had weed houses. People went to drink and smoke. They hid a lot of history from us, man. Hid a lot of history. They hid a lot of history from us, man. They lied to us about a lot of things. You know that. I'm gonna plug my phone in. It was trying to go dead. Yeah, they lied to us about a lot of stuff, man. They said, yeah, matter of fact, the places they exploited that too when they just like they do liquor licenses. You know, they were making it so that, well, I'm not even gonna get into it. You know, the rich, they only wanted certain people that had a license. Just like in my old neighborhoods, I'm gonna be honest, black people was hard for them to get licenses to open liquor stores in their own neighborhood. They would only give the licenses to other people. You know, Koreans, Chinese, Indians. I knew a guy that had a liquor store in Chinatown. And he said, you know, he's supposed to pay those people off when they come for inspections. And I guess he wasn't paying them off. Every time he came, they would find something wrong. It's a black guy in Chinatown. Before they fixed up Chinatown here in D.C. But that's how the world is, man. That's the way it is. You know, Bruce Hornsby, that's the way it is. I think Tupac took that song and redid it too. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. But things are getting ready to change, man. God is in control. Something getting ready to happen, man. I think we're in the Revelations, book of Revelations. There's an angel that got released. It was 7 angels. The 4th angel with the plague was the plague where the sun burns people. Anyway, let me go ahead and put this camera in. I need to slow down. I have an anxiety attack just screwing this camera in because it doesn't want to go in. There. You know, anxiousness. I didn't even know what bipolar was like 30 years ago. Or, let me see, yeah. I didn't know what it was until I accidentally smoked I smoked the wrong stuff. This thing keeps coming on. Like I said, anxiety right now. Anxiety, I'm not relaxed. I used to work with children. I used to tell them to take a breath. I don't even practice what I preach. Change. Yeah, Changed by Tupac. Yes. That's the way it is. Yeah, you know, my father told me, you remember the Coca-Cola? That used to be a medicine. You know, it used to have cocaine in it. My father was trying to explain that to us, the children, and we said, "Nah, that's Coca, Daddy, Coca." He said we didn't want to listen. Coca-Cola had cocaine in it. Cocaine used to be a regular prescription drug. Yeah, and then they would mix it to water it down. Yeah, you did, but that's another story. Yeah, you know the pharmacies. When people used to go to the pharmacist, there was some serious drugs in there. They say the story about Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. They said that was a one of the drugs. You know, also too, they used to. I'm gonna tell you this kind of a racial thing. The loading docks. They used to have black people working on the loading docks. In order to get them to work, it's a lot of people use cocaine. Some of the Romans, some armies used it. And matter of fact, they use it over in Africa when they have a revolt. They would get when they would raise children up. You know, they have an army with half of them be like 8 or 9 or 12 years old. They start them on drugs. But you know, there's a whole lot of stuff coming out now. The truth is coming out, man. The truth is coming out. But anyway, we over here in the United States, and there's some stuff going on over here. But yeah, Washington D.C. is legal here. You can grow plants in your house. The young people go down the street and smoke it. They smoke as soon as they get off the subway. You know, I worked down the Smithsonian. There was some young black boys who used to go down to the Lincoln Memorial every day, sit around Lincoln Memorial and smoke weed on the step. And the park police had orders not to bother them because it would have been a headache to lock them up. They used to come there every day. It was black people. In D.C., they used to have a smoke-in once a year on the Lincoln Memorial. But it was hippies. I don't know if you know what a hippie is. They turned to yuppies. They turned to businessmen. They were white college kids who would like have 2 pair of jeans and 3 undershirts. They wouldn't buy no clothes until they graduated from school. They wouldn't cut their hair or shave. After they graduated, they would cut their hair and shave and they call them yuppies. They would get businessmen jobs. But I was born in 1956. I was around when Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Vietnam War. I had a friend of mine. He like 8 years younger than me. He went to the busing. He said the school he went to, he was only like 3 or 4 black people in the school. He was a little guy, martial arts, and he was wrestled. Matter of fact, I think he placed nationwide. I think he placed, I don't know, like 10th or something like that, nationwide. He ended up being a wrestling coach here in one of the schools here in Southeast. The first wrestling team that the school had, they placed the first year. You got to meet this guy, but he don't want to come on the internet. He don't even want to talk if he calls me and I'm live, he'll hang the phone up. He don't even want to talk. Look how long it's taking me to put this thing on, man. Yeah, I'm going to rearrange my schedule. I think I need to medicate during the daytime. I think it'll be a good thing for me, you know? Help my anxiety. This one acts up. So I can add this camera to show my machina, or I can show my screen down here. Look at all these. Let me show you all these. I had 2 different cables on here from yesterday. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get me some daytime cannabis. You told me which one to get, but I had another one, right? Oh, here's a short one. Okay. Oh, I'm not gonna talk so much, man. I get tired when I talk because I'm talking from my throat and it wears me out. It's like blowing up a balloon the wrong way. You get lightheaded. You're supposed to blow up a balloon the same way you play saxophone or sing. Opera singers. I sat in on my sister's opera lessons, so I know how to sing from the abdomen. Oh, in my one of my cameras was glitchy. It was this one. I had it on the wrong plug yesterday. It was glitchy. My headshot camera was glitchy. Find a balanced strain. 70% sativa, 30% indica. Oh yeah, I hear you, man. You sound like a herbologist. Go on with your bad self. Herbologist. Okay, let's get this. Logic asked me, do I want to use a camera for a microphone? No. Let's get these cameras set up. And, you know, yesterday when it was acting up, I had to reload my streaming application. Now my hotkeys don't work. I had the hotkeys plugged in. Now they're not. Oh, wait a minute. I think they are working. They're working. Yeah, they're working. Thank you, Jesus. I'm so glad. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to go with let me set up one camera at a time. This usually takes a half an hour. It took me forever to get in here, but I had to swap my screens, run my mouth. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set up my, let me see if y'all can see. I'm going to put you over here so you can see more than, I'm on a shoestring. It's 3 screens. You can see 2.5. Okay. That's good enough for a minute. It's going to be a minute. I'm going to sign off and I'm going to, yeah, man, a blend. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Doctor, I'm going to have to change your title. Doctor Logic. Doctor in the house. I can just turn it from here. Remember I was telling you, don't throw away your broken tripod. That was a broken tripod. This camera, my overhead camera, that was a broken tripod. Okay, let me set these screens up. See how fast I can do it. Okay. Back shot number 4. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and go live. I'm gonna switch and go live so y'all can see what I'm doing, okay? Y'all ready to switch with me? I'm back. He's back. He went somewhere. I'm going to switch over. I'm signing off and I'll come right back, okay? I'm gonna sign off and come right back so y'all can see what I'm doing with the cameras. All right, and plus my phone need to be charged too. So peace and love. Hold on, let me get everything ready. It's going to be a hot day here in DC. It's in the 90s today. I think I go to scrapyard tomorrow. Okay, here we go. I'm going to sign. Let me see. Hold on. Where's my I don't have my Google Chrome up yet. Oh, I'm on my iPad. And see, this computer is strong enough for me to. Okay. I had a lot of viewers yesterday. I think you guys are helping me out. We had a big family in the chat room. Ask your family to subscribe. They don't have to watch. You know what I used to do when I was watching somebody? Instead of signing off, I leave the window open. And then I would open up another window and just hit the mute button and leave there. So it looked like I was still watching their channel when I first started, just to help somebody out. Okay. Let's get ready to switch. Y'all ready? I'm switching over. I'm going to sign it off and I'm going to sign on at the same time.